And joining me now for more is Richard Haass, the president of the Council on Foreign Relations, author of The Bill of Obligations, the best-selling book, The 10 Habits of Good Citizens. Richard, Netanyahu is under so much pressure from the far right after he paused that controversial judicial overhaul. He brought a vote to form a new National Guard, which critics is calling a private army of thugs. He took money to form it from the military, from the defense budget. So we don't see any real solution here.
No, Andrea, two reactions. One is I think it was a mind-numbingly just stupid, I don't know any other word for it, sorry to be so blunt, decision to send Israeli forces into one of the holiest shrines of Islam because people were piling rocks and fireworks. Really? The bar for Israeli entry into an Islamic holy site ought to be sky high. This wasn't even close to it. And if the Israelis want to undermine the Abraham Accords, want to make it impossible for Saudi Arabia to ever move towards peace with Israel, they want to start another intifada, there's no better way to do it than we've just seen. This just isn't warranted. My own sense more broadly is the Israeli government is probably looking to go beyond, to find some kind of a compromise on the judicial reform issue, maybe something on that, and maybe compensating people on the far right who aren't happy with any compromise with a tougher policy towards the Palestinians. But if this is an example of it, it is really counterproductive.
I'm just shocked looking at the video sitting here in California, and it is mind-blowing. You know, we know that the second intifada started just by Sharon going up on the Temple Mount, just approaching the Al-Aqsa Mosque. It's hard to believe. I want to speak to you about another potentially tense situation because the Speaker of the House is going to be meeting with Taiwan's President Tsai today right here in California. And that was a change at her request, not to meet in Taiwan, which was the original plan, because of how fiercely China reacted militarily the last time when Nancy Pelosi was there. But this is a very tense time, as my colleague Courtney Kube was pointing out earlier. There's no communication between the U.S. and China right now at almost any level.
Yeah, you've got it right on both points. This was a Taiwan signaled compromise. Essentially, let's not provoke the mainland. We'll do the meeting in California. We'll see how the mainland responds, whether they act with a degree of restraint or not. But you're right. This all takes place against a terrible backdrop. And there's simply very little diplomacy. There's not really good mechanisms in place for crisis communications. This is in some ways the worst state of U.S.-Chinese relations in the modern era. So it's real cause for concern. And it goes beyond the immediate, Chinese reaction, mainland reaction to whatever the meeting happens, to this meeting between the Speaker and the President of Taiwan.
I was on Ronald Reagan's first trip in 1984, the first trip, I believe, since Richard Nixon's by an American president to the mainland. And things had really improved. But now what we're seeing is just an escalation on all sides, it seems.
Yeah, this is a relationship from China. This is a relationship that lacks a rationale and it lacks a flaw right now, Andrea. And it's the most important relationship of this era of history, and that ought to concern anybody watching what is taking place.
We'll be covering it today and hoping to talk to you again about this, Richard. Thank you very, very much.